What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rowdy Player One channel. I'm Rowdy, and today we are going to have let's do a monthly recap. We've not done anything in, I don't know, feels like a year since we've done any kind of recap, but I thought since we're going to start the new year, and I think I had it on some of my goals that I wanted to do a monthly recap every month starting up and kind of see where it goes, how everything works. But yeah, had a good month, so let's get right on into it. First off, we're going to do some life updates. Things are going well. Finally made it back to work a few weeks ago, earlier in the month, since I'd been off for having my hip surgery. Being off for 7 weeks, boy, that is rough trying to get back because I did not want to go back to work at all. But, you know, got to pay the bills around here, so what are you going to do? So, anyways, went back to work. Things are going all right. We're finally getting some snow and ice my way, which I'm not a fan of course, which most people aren't, especially with my profession. Having to drive a truck for a living is not fun in snow and ice. Snow's okay, ice is the worst. So, nothing worse than that. Other than that, that's about it. You know, things good. Things are things are pretty good. We're doing all right. So that's plus. Um, that's pretty much all the life updates. We'll go into a few things that I did in the past couple days or couple weeks, far as like interviews and stuff. Let's see. 2 nights ago, I was on Bald and Balding with Mike and Roe. I had a great time with them. Fantastic. Couple nights before that, we had our buddy read of The Gunslinger. It was me and Scott and Brian. Had a fantastic time with that, of course. That book is something else, to say the least. I actually have had brought back the author interviews. So I did, let's see, a few weeks back, I did Timothy Robar, which was a great time. Had a fantastic time with him. That's a great guy right there. And then a few weeks, or no, the week before him, I had Alex Arch, and he's awesome too. He's Canadian. You can hear it in his voice, but super cool. Really nice guy. If you hadn't had a chance to check those out, any of that I just mentioned, I'll see if I can put the links in the description if you're interested in that, to check them out. Had a great time on all that stuff, the interviews and being on other channels and all that. Had a fantastic time. All right, so let's get into what I read in the month of January, and it was quite a bit. Yeah, I read. I'm almost done with "A Source of Strife" by Alex Arch. Um, that book's good. That book's really good on what I've read so far. I've read some of it. I am taking my sweet time with Janelle Shiki's Spiders, which everything comes out. There's no point in rushing because it needs to be done by the 10th of February, just to put up the Goodreads review. Just like all Janelle's other work, it's great. I'm three-fourths of the way through. It's not long. It's like 100 pages, so you can get through it really fast. But I'm reading like a couple pages or a couple chapters a night, taking my sweet time, really enjoying it. Then we got to, oh yeah, one of the most controversial things that I ever did. I posted a few weeks ago about my top 5 most disappointing reads. Well, The Count of Monte Cristo was on it. I, I finished this at the very beginning of January, even though I started it in December. So if we want to get technical on it, technically I finished in January, so I'm going to count it as January read. Whether you like it or not, I don't really care. Didn't care for this too much. And boy, did I get some hate for it too. When I put that video out, it's the only video I've ever put out where I actually lost subscribers, which I think is hilarious because people they can't handle if you don't like something that they do. But hey, That's okay. We're all different. It's no big deal. Finished that one. Then we got everything else here is bangers. That's all I know. Alone Together by S.S. Fitzgerald. I loved this book. Post, I guess it's post apocalyptic military zombie horror. It is so good. So good. I think he's coming out with book 3 in March, or at least I know the cover reveal, I think, is in March for Alone Together Hostels. Alone Together Factions is book 2. It's out now. I've got to pick it up sometime soon because I want to continue reading this series because it's going to be big. And if you're into military and you're into zombies and you're into some horror, this is it. This is so good. And it's got a lot of military in it, which I really enjoyed. I learned a lot of stuff about how procedures work in that, and then kind of like what would go down if a zombie basically slash alien whatever come in and tried to invade the world. Like it's so good. Then we got An Inkling of Flame by, who is this guy? Z.B. Steele. Yeah. False advertising on this. No foxes in the book. Don't understand that. But, that's what you get from that guy. But I'm just kidding. This book was great too. I can't wait to get to Whispers of the Storm because if this is anything like what that's going to be, oh, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So good. Fast read. Excellent. Read The Last Gasp at Midnight by Thomas Howard Riley. I actually won this book and sent it to me. This thing is so good. Be careful. The easiest thing, the way I wrote it on, like where I put my social media stuff, is just be careful what you pray to the gods for, because sometimes they come true in a way that you would hope that they wouldn't. But man, this sucker is awesome. It's basically about these two guys right here are the last two people alive on a big battle that just took place. Everybody else is dead but these two guys. When they could literally just walk away from each other, they determine that they just have to kill each other. And what proceeds through that is something else. Then we got to Skyfold by Tim McKay. I actually read it on audio book. He sent me it, and really good. Just like Tim, man, that guy is one heck of a narrator on audiobooks too. Like he does everything. Writes, narrates his own audiobooks. I think he even like edits for other people. Like he is a dang machine. So good. Got sent a audiobook for Wistful Ascending, which is the Hybrid Helix series by J.C.M. Byrne. Oh, baby. Superhero story. It's incredible. I absolutely loved it. So good. And then finally, I actually went through this twice. I read it and then audiobooked it just to try to figure out what the heck's going on. But that is, of course, The Gunslinger by Stephen King, which, we had our buddy read for it. This is good and weird and don't make sense, but it's so good, which is, I don't know. I mean, it's got top 2, maybe the best line or the best starting sentence in the history of sentence starting, if that makes any sense at all, which is the man in black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. There it is. Best sentence ever. That's all you need to know. That's it, period. So, anyways, that book's good. That book is really, really good and really weird, but I had a great time. So, my book of the month is going to be this. This right here was tough. Really enjoyed The Gunslinger. Really enjoyed Alone Together. Every book I read was so great, except for The Count. and that's okay. But my book of the month has to be Wistful Ascending by J.C.M. Byrne. I loved that book. That is a 5-star book to me. When me and him were writing back and forth, we were talking about how he had said that he's like, it's either a hit or miss for a lot of folks. They either really like it or they really don't. And golly, boy, it's perfect for me. I loved every bit of it. It is so great. All right, so next we're going to go with my most popular. Since I only do 4 or 5 videos a month, obviously I'm not going to have a bunch of them, but we're going to do most popular video of the month, and that is going to be my top 10 books of 2025. It crushed everything else. So, which that's how most of the times is. Any top 10s are typically going to do pretty good, and especially end of year content, a lot of times does pretty good, I'd say. But I had a really great reading year last year, and it was so good, so good. A lot of Stephen King, which obviously I think I had like 2 of them on my top 10. Which I mean, I'm not the type of person to put like, oh, you can only have one author, because I don't read just an absolute crazy amount. Which 50 some books is pretty good, but when it's The Stand and 11/22/63, I can't leave one of them off. They're both incredible. So I'll eventually. I want to think in March I'm probably going to put out my top 10 books of all time. So that's going to be an interesting list. All right, so let's go with channel goals for February. We got a few things we're going to try to do. Still going to keep it at 1 video a week just because I'm too busy at work, and my schedule is potentially might change. We rebid our runs sometime the week after, I think, Valentine's Day. So my whole schedule might change in March. I have no idea, but we will see later in the month, so I can figure that out. Also, I have a couple of author interviews coming up. I will have Thomas Howard Riley on the channel, which is The Last Gasp at Midnight. Author of that, and The Light of Casabond, and I think it's We Break Immortals, I think, are his 3 books. That he may have more than that, but I know those 3, and I've read 2 of them, and both of the 2 that I've read, which they're shorter, that's just like a short story. The other one, A Light of Casabond, I think is more like a novella, and I want to think We Break Immortals is a chunky boy. I haven't read it yet, but me and him's going to chit chat on February 22nd, I think is right. And then I have G.C. Cameron going to be on the channel, which is author of The Apostle of Andreas. That book is awesome too. Holy cow! Like it's science fiction with powers and gods and God's granting powers. Like it's really good. And I actually think February 24th is when the book actually comes out. So I will have him on the channel on the day of his book release. So I'm super excited about that, and try to get the thumbnails and all that up here shortly once I get everything figured out on what author photos we're going to work with. We'll go from there. Let's see. We also have, I will be on Booked with Saffron February 6th. I'll be on her channel. And then, oh yes, tomorrow, February 1st, I think we're going to be on Mark with the Book Lounge with me and him and Josh had already overbooked, and Chris, the Bearded Book Beast, and Molly McCobb, because her book, Without a Whisper, comes out in a couple of days. And we've all read it. We've talked to her. We can't wait to get her on and chit chat about how great her book's going to be, or it was. I mean, we had an incredible time. It is fantastic. So, highly recommend it. If you've read Dark Bloom, this is so good. So good. So, get prepared. for that. It's going to be a great time, and I'm pretty sure it's over on Mark's channel in like 2 days. So about a 1,000% sure about that. And I can't remember the date time right now, but it'll all be thrown up on X and Instagram and wherever else that we have it. But yeah. Oh, one final thing. I am just found out a couple weeks ago, I am part of the judging panel of IBOR, which is, I don't remember now the acronyms, but basically it's anybody that didn't get selected with SPIFBO. They put their names into this, and if we had enough people to read the books, we have judges. So I think we each have one book apiece, so we get 3 books, and we get a month to read each one, which I'm super excited for because holy cow, I made my TBR for February too big, so I got to get on that. But I guess now I can announce who I actually got to read. All right, first one I got is, I will put the graphic of the book up here on the side. I got Scars of Magic, which is, I guess, book 1 in Blades of the Wanderer by Stephen Raymakers. The second book I got is Ashes of Eden by Will Chan. And the third is Lost Company by Michael McGuire. So looking forward to checking those 3 out. We have a tier list, or not a tier list, but like 10 different things we have to go through and kind of judge on what we think of them. And then the winner of each book, or of the 3 books, you pick one, and so does all the other judges. And then that gets narrowed down into the final, however many there is, which I don't remember. And then it kind of keeps dwindling from there, and you pick one of those that goes through. Everybody has 3 books. And so I think that's cool. It's another way to get out the authors, for more people to read and to get exposure on their books. And I think that is awesome. And the person that actually come up with this was Corey Ratliff. I think he did a fantastic job. I'm putting this together last minute on how big this actually has gotten. I want to think there was like 60 books or 60 plus books submitted. So that means you'd have at least 20 people to read them if they're reading 3 apiece. So excellent job. I just say thanks, Corey, because he did all this. I'm just here to read a few books and see which one I like the best. So, that's kind of how it is. And then it goes down. I think he's talking about putting blurbs up on places. Like I think they get like a medal or something possible. I don't know what all he's got planned, but it's a lot, and it's really cool. So it's really neat to see all that going through and getting more authors' names out there. So I'm pretty stoked about being a part of that, and I think it's a good thing. So it's good for everybody. So, but other than that, that's pretty much the monthly recap. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, coming up on the channel, I'll just say next week is either the biggest or the second biggest book haul I've ever done. And it potentially might be the last. But we'll save that for another time. I've saved up for a few months now, and Christmas stuff and all that. So anyways, look forward to next week, and hope y'all have had a great January, start of the new year. And let me know in the comments below, since it's January, what book are you reading right now? What are we super excited? Is there a book that you are stoked to read this year more than anything else? Put it in the comments below. Hit the bell notification, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that's all I got. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.